had wine for Friday. So Sunday to Friday, I was dry. But I made up for all those days between Friday, Saturday, and today.
Um,
Um,
so I started this whole goal like by my birthday. I want my waist to match my age. So I feel like alcohol is not going to help that.
I get it.
Yeah, I support it.
That is something with me too, because stepping on a scale honestly is tricky when you're working out and you're lifting and you're running and you do all that stuff. I know for sure my weight fluctuates. So the only thing that I can trust is the way my clothes fit and then when I measure myself. So I know I think I told y'all this last week. I was happy with my neck, my waist, and my hips.
I thought you were about to pull Kaya, my neck.
Yep.
No.
I was like, Ed.
Them hips had gotten out of control, and it's appealing to outsiders. Like, oh, this ass. Y'all don't know my grandma, okay? I see my grandma, and I love her. She's a beautiful woman, but she likes to wear this she likes gray. So she'll put on like gray pantsuits or gray outfits, and then if you walking behind her, homegirl look like a baby elephant. Like it's like that's a lot of ass,
Stop.
Barbara. That's a lot of ass, Barbara. But it's not like it's proportional because she got a waist and her but the bottom half is colossal, and I know that I'm headed in that
Not
direction
colossal.
if I don't keep it together. So when I measured them hips earlier in all of this, I was like, okay, we gotta chill. We gotta pull this back. So when I last measured it, we were at 42 opposed to that 45, which is good. But
same. Me too. Hip twins.
Out of control. I was like, nigga.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, my grandmama's a baby elephant. I love her to death though. She's so brown. Favorite person.
Okay. Well, now that we done went from Target furniture, power washing to hips. Hello, family.
Hi, guys.
Hey. And welcome back to the Black Effect podcast, where we discuss how Black culture affects society and how society affects us. And we are your hosts of this weekly conversation. And I am Jennifer.
Hey, y'all. It's Shanice.
Hi, I'm Latoya.
And this is episode 12.
Oh my God.
Guys.
We've been doing things.
12 whole episodes. Like, we're a preteen.
I know.
Look at that.
A headache.
That means we about to cut up.
What?
Yep.
We about to have our whole, like...
prepubescent
What?
issue.
I was trying to think of the word. Our menses is about to kick in. And we finna... we finna act a whole fool.
It's okay, though.
Yeah, I'm with it. This is major.
It is.
I'm proud of us. Insert air horn. I don't have one, but look at us.
Cut it out.
12 episodes.
So I guess since we got our catch up in and y'all heard all about what we've been doing lately, we can jump right into Candidly Cultured. And for Candidly Cultured, that is our segment where we discuss our topic of the week. And this week, we want to talk about I am not arrogant. I just know who the fuck I am. So I think that means a lot of things. And really, I think it really just comes down to being confident without being arrogant, which I think we all know that is a really fine line. Either in your personal life, in your work life, it can come out that way. But I think for those of us who do it in a way that is manageable, but also like not so much in your face, it comes off really, really well. And I think that, I mean, in order to really be successful in any aspect of your life, you have to have a little bit of arrogance, but mostly confidence. So I think that we want to talk about making sure, we want to touch too on self-esteem, right? So I think that we all know that this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. And since we're wrapping up towards the end of May, that's scary to say already, but we are. We want to go ahead and jump into that. So I think, Jen, do you want to start off with what is your take on I'm not arrogant, I just know who the fuck I am?
Yeah, sure. So I am now a big campaigner for a humble brag. Um, Especially when I know I did it. I want you to know that I did it. I want your mama, your daddy, and everyone else to know that I did it, because for the longest time, I just kept to myself and supported others. But I've learned over the years that, you know what, you need to be your number one supporter. You need to be the one that is pom-pomming for you the loudest, because when there is nobody else, you're all you have. So I think that, and I mentioned here and there, life hasn't, I'm only 31, but I feel like I lived a few years. And, I have gone through a lot of stuff where I have been everybody's backbone, and I just let me just be diminished and minimalized. And then I think I want to say like around 27, when I just like woke up, I was like, well, what the heck am I? Like, who am I?
Right.
Like, you know how you ask the question, like, what do I want to be when I grow up? At 27, you should not be asking that. And I really had to sit there. I was like, I had no hobby. I was just a mom. At that time, I was just a girlfriend. At that time, I was just a daughter. And I had to figure out, like, no, you need to figure out who the hell Jennifer is. So I started doing a lot of different things. Like, I started working out a little bit. Still been trying to lose weight for the last 5 years, but it's neither here nor there. I started
Bitch, you've been losing weight. Shut up.
all of a sudden, no, but I go back in pictures. I'm like, dang, that was only 2 years ago. I thought I was doing something, but you know, or not. But I started taking pictures again. I started learning different, YouTube University is the biggest thing. Oh, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna learn how to do this. I'm gonna learn how to do this. This quarantine, I'm learning how to do nails. Who knows? I'm gonna learn what to do next week. But I think
And they've
that
been fire, as a matter of fact.
thank you. If I get a business, I'll come back on here and plug it. Um, but I just really think it's just I had to figure out who I was, and I just learned to do different things. And then once I learned to do different things and I saw myself in a whole light, nobody could tell me shit. Like, you
Right.
could talk to me and all kinds of crazy, and I'm gonna be like, but do you know who the hell I am? Do you know who the fuck I am? Because I am. Like, I'm the shit. And I just realized that even the conversations that I've had the other day, and like the things people used to say, like, do you remember when you did this for me? I'm like, yo, I used to do a whole lot of dumb stuff for people, and like walked around looking crazy. And what that comes is, it comes down to like confidence. Like, I didn't have any confidence. I didn't never had those conversations, growing up, like, you know, what is self-esteem? Because I had, I know what self-esteem is, especially with Cat Williams. Self-esteem is the esteem of your motherfucking self. I heard that, but I didn't really, I thought it was just a joke, and then I had to like, no, like self-esteem is right there with confidence. Self-esteem is knowing that, you have yourself. So this quarantine definitely has been a lot of self-care, a lot of assessments. I realized that, I can tend to suffer from depression. And that was a awakening, because I'm just like sitting there, like, when you eat a lot, or I'm good for buying a whole bunch of stuff because I'm bored. But no, it's really because something mentally is not right. So I just said a lot. But yeah, I think it's just really a lot. Self-care is like major for anyone. And when you exude confidence, shit happens. Good shit.
I agree. And I think
Yeah.
too, it's one of those things that sometimes we tell ourselves that it's just the nice thing to do, right? So you going
Mm-hmm.
above and beyond for people will lead you to believe that that's just what you're supposed to do, especially as a female who just stands by their man, right? Like that's what we just are supposed. No, that's not what we're supposed to do. This is
No.
supposed to be a 50-50 thing. You were
Mm-hmm.
supposed to put in like I put in. And maybe it's not going to be 50-50 all the time. There's some times where you're going to carry it because I just can't. There's other things that are going on where I can't.
Right.
I need you to step up. But yeah, I mean, your niceness. First of all, let me tell you something. I've known Jen since I was 10. She has always been a much nicer being than me. I'm not that fucking nice. I appear to be nice on the outside. I will kiki and smile. I am not that nice. Never think that.
But I think being nice can be very detrimental at the same
Yep.
time, because people take your kindness for weakness, and then when you
Absolutely.
explode and you are just on 10, they don't know what to do, and then they're the victim. But it's like, no, I was nice for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You played me and played yourself at the same time. But then the good thing is, when time progresses and you look back, you see that how far much ahead you are than that person. And
Yes.
then they're sitting and realizing like, yo, I messed up because this was, that person did this for me. And now without them, I'm stuck. And then, what's this one? Back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. You all on me.
Mike Jones.
I'm pulling, look, I knew, look, I pulled the you. I said a lyric.
Rap lyric from Shanice.
I'm so hyped. I did it. So, that's how it is. But it's like, it's the truth. Like, when you had me, you didn't appreciate me. Now, it's too bad, so sad.
I agree.
Really what it is. Really what it is.
So, Tori, what's your take?
For me, I am more of a. I don't have a. Okay. I don't have that feeling about myself. I think most of the time, not most of the time, all the time, anything that I do and I'm able to accomplish, it comes from a completely different mindset. It comes from, I'm not satisfied. I'm not doing enough. I could be doing better. I know that better is expected of me by people who are, attached to me and they need me. So I don't really have I'm this type of person. But from the outside looking in, I've had conversations with people who think that I'm overly confident, who think that I'm so self-assured and I'm able to just transcend certain things because it's my way or the fucking highway. When I do things, I'm a lot more skeptical. I'm way more skeptical than people will know. And again, disclaimer, just because y'all listening to this, y'all know me.
You don't know me. But
but for me, I think that it works to my advantage that I don't think that I'm doing enough or that I have enough confidence personally because I push further along. I feel like if I were a person who was championed along growing up to think that the world is mine and the world is my oyster and I can have whatever I want, I don't think that I would be as able to just go after shit the way I am. When I go after shit, I'm going after it to prove the naysayers wrong, to prove, the people who are supposed to be in my corner who really aren't in my corner, who I never felt were in my corner. I still have to prove that I can do this despite, your doubts in me. So, I don't go around the world thinking that everyone has to give me anything, and this is just my mindset on it. Like, anything that I've ever done is because I feel like I'm at an opposition to it. Like, people don't think I'm able to actually do it, and I gotta fucking do it because who are you to tell me that I can't fucking do it?
Correct.
So, I and then with that comes the whole imposter syndrome where it's like, but I'm doing all these things, but at some point I don't feel like I'm enough, so they're going to figure out that I shouldn't even be in this space.
Right.
The whole time, motherfuckers think I should be beyond that space. So it's a weird thing for me. And what I'll say is, in being a mother, I see it differently in my two children. Like, my son takes on a lot of those attributes. Like, he is light years beyond where he should be, and his personality and the way he sees things, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I see him as a 13-year-old going into being a 14-year-old. He's going into high school, and he's just, the way he moves in his social circles and all of that stuff is just like, he's an individual, and he's fine being an individual. He doesn't have to, go into groupthink or need people to buy into who he is. Like, he walks around this house like Manny the goat. And I'm like, bro, that is not what I named you. In his mind, he's the goat. And I'm like, the goat of what? You, in my head, I'm not gonna say it to him because I don't want to chop him down. But like, what have you done that you're the greatest? What time? What time are we talking about? 12 o'clock? 12 noon? Which times are we talking? But go ahead, baby, do your thing.
Yep.
And then my daughter, she's very much like, she's very demanding. So she's different. She's gonna be a different type of woman than I am. Like, I'm kind of like, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do, and if you float with it, float with it. Kayla's like, these are the things that I'm doing, and these are the things you need to be doing in order to be around me. And I'm like, girl, nobody taught me that.